Good morning, witches. Long story short, I'm at home for 3 weeks, so here we are. This is day 4 of me being at home. Funny story about that. I did try to make a video yesterday or the day before. I don't remember now. Everything's blending together. But it was a disaster. I was gonna make the blue tea on screen for everyone because I wanted to see the tea turn blue. I ended up burning myself and then filming a horrible video after I burned myself, and I just wasn't happy with it. So here we are. I'm going to try that experiment again at some other point, but now is not the day. Today we're just sitting here in this little isolated corner with all of my paintings that you can see. Well, some of my paintings that I've done. And just have a chat because I'm not really in any mindset to have a fully fleshed out video at the moment. I'm just sitting here drinking tea and reading this awesome book that I'm going to show you that I got at work. It is literally like, I'm going to guess 1,100 pages long. This was one of the books that I really wanted to buy. And it is $25, $30, $45 online. So there was this guy that came in, and he came through the back door, so he's unloading all of his junk onto me, and he gives me a box of books, and I think they're on my bookshelf. A few of them were dream magic and fairies and all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is some decent reading material. It's like, yeah, my wife had a phase. I'm like, oh, that's blah, blah, blah. We talked about it in depth, I guess. For a customer, it was kind of an in-depth conversation. And he's like, yeah, my wife had a phase, but she doesn't do that anymore, so-and-so. I'm like, okay, well, I've never really met anyone like that, especially an older person. She had kids my age, and he was bringing all of their stuff to get rid of. So we had that conversation. And then after he left, I'm going through these boxes of books that he brought me, and this was just in there. And I had a little bit of a freak out. So I waited a few days thinking, well, this is really meant to be my book. I'm going to let it sit there for a while and see if anybody else picks it up. And I finally got it. And I think I paid like $2 or $3 for it. So that's really sweet. And it has so many spells in it. Obviously, 5,000 of them. But there's also just a whole bunch of other information. Like, I was just reading a passage on different areas that would be a good place to cast certain types of spells. They give you a little bit of a rundown on why they're important. Where was I? Yeah. It tells you the meaning, the importance of a crossroads, the meaning, the importance of a cemetery, bathhouses, ruins, why you should make an altar. And then it goes into spellcasting for elements and what different types of things you can use, like how paper can help you with a certain type of spell, the kind of history of broomsticks, candle magic, types of candles, how to use fabric and mirrors and all kinds of stuff. So I haven't actually been able to read through this thing ever since I bought it, which has been like months now. So I have this, and I am kind of terrible at casting spells just on my own, writing them and getting to actually down and doing magic. So far today, I have done 3 different tarot spreads and some journaling, and I changed out all of the candles on my altar, Yesterday, I cleaned out the kitchen, and I finally washed the back window. And I did get a new plant. I don't know if I mentioned that. The silver pothos, I think is how you pronounce that. Apparently, he's supposed to get really big. I repotted him. So many things. So many things. I was watching Shadow Harvest's Glamour Magic video where she did her makeup on camera. And I thought that was a really good idea. And I'm like, well, I don't have a mirror. I can't really do my makeup on camera. I got all dressed up yesterday to do a video. And then I didn't have any alone time in the house to do it all day. So I sat around in my super fancy makeup and did nothing. I took a few pictures. By a few, I mean a lot. I don't remember if I posted any on Instagram or not. That took a very long time. Anyhow, I thought there was a point, but apparently not. This is mint tea, and as I have been seeing on TikTok, there's been a lot going around as far as Persephone coming back up and it kind of being a little empty in the underworld, and I feel that. I really do. So, this plant right here is a huge pain in the ass. I actually used to have two of them, and the one totally died out. Like, it died. So those actually are so picky about the watering and the sun that they get. It's ridiculous. So I was watering them a little bit, and I have them on like this 2-tiered plant stand that I got for $5 from one of my witchy friends, actually, that I know in real life. I know, crazy, right? But it's a double layer plant stand, and I had both of them, like, one on top of the other, and I was watering the top dude. He was draining straight down into the second plant and totally just overwatered him, and he died. It's kind of like a succulent cactus thing, and you can't really tell when the leaves are dying because they're already mostly yellow. You'll just like touch one like that and it'll just fall off. Let's see if I can. There we go. So, I don't actually know if it's doing alright or not. I really don't. I hope it is. I've only been watering it maybe like bi-weekly because I just don't know what it wants. So, there's that. I'll just show you this since it's been sitting here. This is the beginning of a painting I was doing for Apollo. Yes, this thing looks really stupid and I didn't finish it. But Hades and Celine both have their own canvases that I painted for them on their altars, and Apollo doesn't. So I was trying to paint some Grecian ruins, of course in yellow, because Apollo. And then I got really depressed and I didn't finish it. So there's that. And then this one, you've probably seen that one before. Has all of the swamp monster tentacles. And I don't remember if I showed you this book, but this book is actually pretty neat. I've been setting it up there so I can look at it. And I know what color is the daily correspondence and etc. Today we are on the 22nd, the 29th, Sunday. And the color is amber for today. And then it tells you the phases of the moon and when they come in. I feel like I've reviewed this book before. It's kind of like the Witch's Farmer's Almanac. which I need to get one of those as well. There is actually a spread of like the calendar month too. And there's a few recipes. Like this one is actually really weird. Anglesey. Anglesey. There we go. Anglesey. Yeah. Eggs are a symbol of renewal at this season, as it was the time when birds begin to lay, which is why we have eggs at Easter. These take leeks, mashed potatoes, salt and pepper, butter, flour, milk, cheese, and hard-boiled eggs. Ooh. So you're supposed to mix the leeks and the mashed potatoes and press it into a pie pan and then make cheese sauce and cover the eggs with cheese sauce in the pie pan and bake it. I don't know what to think about that. Yeah. There's also, I think, an apple pie recipe. I've been feeling way more close to Hestia lately. Maybe it's because I've been stuck in my house. But I actually do really enjoy getting to kind of curate my own space and fold my own linens, and I'm making a curtain for the kitchen. And I just lost the word for 50 seconds there. A curtain for the kitchen. And I hope to make more of them. And I want to make a tablecloth because I just finally got a sewing machine and I've been using it a lot. I made, actually, this taro mat, which is basically just a black square. But I hemmed it because the ends are like ridiculously stringy. Because it's like this, I don't know if it's actually silk or what this fabric is called, but I hemmed it so it looks way better. Like it has a nice neat edge. And I'm hoping it forces me to get into tarot more if I actually have a mat to use. I'll just look at everyone over my professor glasses like, did you really? Anyhow, I think that the sewing machine will actually help a lot with getting in touch with the homebody aspect. I hope, at least. I've been watching the Green Witch, like binging the Green Witch's videos. Mostly her cooking videos. And she makes pies and the little chamomile cakes, and it's really relaxing, and I wish I had editing software to make videos as awesome as those are. See, there's a recipe for custard in here, for Beltane, which is basically just milk, honey, and eggs for custard. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh yes, this is a practical recipe. Tangerine essential oil. I don't know that I've ever bought a tangerine in my life. They give you a little bit of history actually on different gods and goddesses from pantheons you probably haven't even heard of. What was this one? Oh, I lost it. Dun, 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 dun. It's in March. Talk about Buddha. Iototo is a Native American weather god. He controls the wind and clouds. Iototo. Never heard of him. It sounds cool. In Africa, Yasigi is the goddess of alcohol and dancing. Her icons appear with big breasts and masks. The seahorse represents the masculine ability to nurture a family, a great spirit animal for house husbands. You just passively aggressively like give your husband a little seahorse figurine. You're like, here, Take a lesson from the seahorse. Go do the dishes. They will have no idea what you're talking about, but you know, you can get a kick out of it. Iced mint tea. Oh, and it's actually make your own mint tea with mint leaves and black tea. It tells you when all the full moons are and everything. When Mercury goes direct. Oh, hell. Wait, when does it go into retrograde again? Not right now, because that was, everybody thought that was funny. Probably in June. Have to look that up. Chew celery seed to boost mental abilities and psychic powers. Again, I don't have that. I don't think I've ever bought celery seed. I think my grandparents had some in their cupboard, and I don't think they ever used it for anything. Indigo is the color of midnight and cosmic energy. Wear it for magical workings. See, here's another goddess that you probably never heard of. Sharita is the Mesopotamian goddess of dawn. She greets each day with a smile. Well, isn't that nice? Sage essential oil. Lamas and the devil. Like where you're not supposed to pick blackberries after the 1st of September or whatever that is. Because supposedly the devil cursed them by peeing on the bush. I don't remember where I read that, but it was entertaining, and I'm thinking, are there still good blackberries by September? Like, I finished picking mine at the end of August, so maybe. They even tell you how to make ratatouille. With eggplant, onion, bell peppers. It's the vegan version of ratatouille. Vetiver? What is vetiver? Vetiver. I've never even heard of that. Tell you how to make the essential oil. It looks like a grass. Magical and spiritual practitioners who can't stand patchouli often find it a worthy substitute. Doesn't say what it looks like, though. But to be honest, I don't know where or what patchouli looks like before it's incense. Or what it is. I should probably look that up. If the candle flame blazes and dances, the spell energy is strong but chaotic. To be fair, I've been worried about that because a few specific candles have been strong but dancing, and I'm like, oh no, it's flickering, but maybe it has a little bit of a different meaning. Oh yeah, here it is. The apple pie recipe. Like, I should put all these recipes down below, but you should probably go buy the book. I think I got it online for like $8. Full moon in Aries in September. Celtic tree month of ivy begins. Ooh, what's that? The blood moon. We're just going all the way through to the end of the year, and yeah, this video is going to be ridiculously long, but you know, if you're bored and stuck at home. Oh, here's a fun one. Fufflins is the Etruscan god of feasts and festivals. Ask his blessing for a successful potluck. Fufflin. Fufflins. Fufflins. Sun enters Scorpio. Full moon in Taurus. Celtic tree month of Reed begins. What are these Celtic tree months? That actually sounds really interesting. It's kind of like the mansions of the moon that I've never actually heard of before I accidentally found them. And I looked those up and I tried writing them all down, and then I was watching a video and had to pause it every time that they came up with a new one. To gain courage, carry amethyst, bloodstone, or tiger's eye. Oh, and by the way, they make one of these for every year, if I didn't mention that. Sorry, it's a yearly thing. So this is this year's, and I will definitely buy next year's. Soul cakes. Asking for castor sugar, though. I don't have any of that. Douglas fir essential oil. I love pine trees. We've gone over this. Ooh, there's a lot going on Saturday the 21st in November. Look at all of that. And the color is brown. Oh, the sun's entering Sagittarius. That's why. Wisteria overcomes obstacles and opens psychic abilities. Oh, I have some Wisteria incense. It actually smells really nice. Celtic tree month of Elder begins. Nice. I like that. I'm going to keep saying that until I can actually research it, and then I'll figure out what it is. The morning moon. Erlik is the Finnish creator god. He enjoys mud and slime. Full moon in Gemini. Mincemeat jam. Doesn't that just look delicious? It's not. It's just apples. There was a superstition that you should eat a mincemeat pie every day of the 12 days of Christmas for 12 months of good health in the coming year. There is no actual meat involved, despite the name, though traditional mincemeat involves the use of suet or vegetarian suet. The jam is an easier option. Mincemeat's not meat. Okay. Now I know. The ending of Hanukkah. Yule and death. Kwanzaa begins. Long night's moon. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, full moon in Cancer. Fomie. Fomie. Maybe it's Fomie. Is an oceanic creator goddess. Eels are sacred to her. Nice. And then it tells you in the back the colors, the influences, the days of the week, color correspondences, lunar phases, the moon's sign and its meaning. There's a lot of really good information here. Gemstones, chakras, herbs, planetary retrogrades. Oh, here we go. And it tells you all of the retrogrades, actually. Not just Mercury, which everybody's worried about, but everything. So there is only one Mercury retrograde. Nope, there's not. There's 3. That's what I thought. 6/18. So I was right. It's gonna go retrograde 6/18 at 12:59 a.m. and back direct again on July 12th at 4:26 a.m. And then it's gonna go into Mercury again, into retrograde again at October 13th at 9:05 p.m. and come back out on November 3rd. And then they do tell you the eclipses, which is awesome. There's 2 in June. And then the full moons and their names: cold moon, quickening moon, storm moon, wind moon, flower moon, etc., etc. Right there. And void of course data, which I don't know what that is, but it looks kind of cool. And then a bunch of space for notes. And I kind of like this book because I feel like I could just get a little marker and just color in all these spots. Anyway, let's put it back on today. I am not going to make Ainsley eggs. That sounds kind of awful. Alright, well, I'm sure I bored everyone enough. It was really nice talking to you guys. I doubt anyone stuck through 25 minutes of me talking about the phases of the moon, but I hope you are all having a better day today. Got some light. Maybe too much light. And have a cup of tea and relax. Maybe clean your house a little bit. Just saying, if you're like me, you've been procrastinating and you think, I can have 6 or 7 naps in one day, and then your house is still a mess. And if my tarot spread had anything to say about the upcoming month of April, I'm way off track and over focusing on little things and not getting anything actually done, and it was kind of depressing. Anyhow, everybody have a great day, and I hope to check in on you sometime soon. Until then, blessed be.